said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Huskers will get us started with the opening kickoff. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Running back searching for a hole. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
So as a defensive guy, they line up in a formation. You know they're heavy on one side, and then all of a sudden, boom, 2 guys pull, and they go the other direction. So you can't really load up and play that. That counter keeps you off balance as a defense and makes you really be honest.
Looking for room. It's Singleton. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. And the Nittany Lions took those plain headgears, got their blocks, and picked up the first down.
Yeah, and those headgears are a staple, aren't they, of college football? I know exactly what you're talking about, those beautiful helmets. They don't change very much, very traditional. Penn State keeps it simple. Being traditional, running the football.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. They go to the ground. Past the 40. Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. Touchdown, Penn State! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Barney. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. The give to the tailback. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. out to the 27.
I know that wasn't a big, huge play, and everybody's not excited, and the fans aren't going crazy, but those are the plays that in the fourth quarter matter a lot. Again, making you tackle my back, making you feel the physicality of the football game throughout, so you get tired and get worn down in the fourth quarter.
The Cornhuskers really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Looking for a man. It's Raiola. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Really impressed with how this team has seized momentum here, playing on the road in this hostile environment. Their offense gets it first. They march down the field. They put up some points. And here's the defense now on their first drive, getting a critical sack on third down.
The Huskers will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Sends it downfield. Got it in stride inside the 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
And this is why so many teams go play action. They try to freeze guys in the back end, work on their eye discipline, get them to bite a little bit. Nice job on the play fake. Nice job bombs away, putting air underneath it, and making the big touchdown pass.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Barney. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Nebraska offense back onto the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. Looking downfield, it's Raiola. Makes the catch.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So this can certainly open things up later on.
And the Huskers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Leaves it with the running back. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, when you talk Nebraska football, it always comes down to their ability running it on offense, whether it's the option or whether it's conventional. They've got a long and illustrious history of great running backs, and this guy is on the field for a reason. His vision, his ability to make people miss, run with toughness, he can do it all.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
Looking for a man. It's Raiola. Fires to the wideout. Working that left side. It's a fumble. And they were lucky that fumble went out of bounds. They'll maintain possession.
Man, that's one of those where you just go, dadgummit, if we had a little bit more space. Nice job creating the fumble, but just running out of real estate, not able to land on it. Man, you just get a little bit frustrated because you wanted that turnover. You caused the fumble. You just couldn't secure it.
The Cornhuskers are marching down the field. It'll be a draw. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Johnson. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Huskers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Barney. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
And the Huskers with the 1st and 10. Looking to pass. It's Raiola. Caught behind the line. It's Johnson. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game. Now on 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
It's really nice to see this offense bounce back. That first possession, man, they go 3 and out. They really, really struggled, and now starting to put a drive together, get their feet a little bit wet. Now you can see they're starting to get pretty comfortable.
The Cornhuskers back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. They're going to ride this running back. Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you You can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking to throw, it's Raiola. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Quite a bit of work to do on third down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. He'll set up to throw. Final play of the quarter, and the ball falls incomplete. Both teams made no secret they wanted to target their big play receivers, and they've done just that in the first. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. Now on fourth down, here comes the field goal team. And this one will be a 40-yard try from the left hash. Not a chance. Missed it. Guys, a missed field goal and nothing changes. Still a 14-point game.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
Yeah, I'm so impressed watching this guy run the football. And I'll tell you, I think Joe Paterno would have loved this guy in his offense, too. His teams always prided themselves on being able to run the football, right? Be more physical than the opponent. This guy has the ability to just wear defenses down. So hard to stop.
The Nittany Lions, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. To throw, it's Allard. Snagged in the middle, it's Allen. There he goes. Discards him with a stiff arm. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38. To the ground with the back. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. And he's got his man on the sideline. He'll come up a little short of the first down.
There's just so much chemistry between this quarterback and his receiver. And you saw it right there. Down the perimeter, trying to work the boundary. Just put it somewhere near him. He'll catch it. He'll get a foot down and help out his offense.
Third down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving a change impossible. They'll try to get the first through the air. Throws to the tight end. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a fourth down.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. Fourth and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. No good. Missed the field goal, but still a 2-touchdown lead at 14. Ready to go back to work on offense. They really need to find a way to punch back on this drive, already down 14. Leaves it with the back. Not a lot of daylight. He gets one to the 32.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll move the tight end. Here's the handoff. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. Wants to throw. It's Rayola. He unleashes a long one. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
The Huskers send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Here's the return. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They've already put a couple of scores up and they look to add to it on this drive. Makes the grab. It's Reynolds. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive gain.
It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. The give to the back. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Well, after ripping off a big-time run on his opening carry, a negative play this time around, and this is going to be key. They're going to keep giving him the ball, and they need him to have more positive plays than negative ones if they're going to win.
The Nittany Lions have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Dropping back, it's Aller. He's going to run it. Oh, he's got some space. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact.
He hasn't called his own number very often in this game. That actually is the first time he's taken off and scrambled, but it was a really good decision. He's been killing this defense through the air. You've seen the arm talent, you've seen the accuracy. That time, really nice decision to tuck it and get what he can get. He's got this defense on their heels.
They'll go to the ground. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, good call by the defense there. They dialed up blitz into that running play, and the linebacker able to make the stop.
Nittany Lions now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. After the run, now to throw. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Stopped at the 44. The defense coming up with a big interception. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. Using his legs, it's Parker.
And those body blows really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Back to pass, it's Raiola. Fires to the big fella. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
They've got it. 1st and 10 at the 42. Hard running there.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
And the Huskers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give to the back. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
The Cornhuskers come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38.
And that is such a veteran play by that defender. In cover 0, he knows the quarterback's going to have to get rid of the football quickly, so he's getting ready to jump anything that's going to be underneath. He does just that. Great job with the speed. Nice job reeling it in for the INT.
First play of the drive comes from the 38. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. That's caught. It's Ross. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
The Nittany Lions can really attack on this 2nd and short. Floating away. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup.
Man, this offense. So dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Dropping back, it's Allard. Right down the middle. A strike downfield. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. This defense might be reeling after those last 2 and now facing first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Touchdown, Penn State! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They add insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Coming out with it, it's Barney. He gets a block. Oh, what vision. And there he goes. They won't get it. It's a touchdown.
And I'm not going to say that was a must-score, but that was a must-score. And this offense delivers right before the half. Everything's starting to pick up. Hopefully, now you build some momentum. You cut it to a 2-score game. Got to build on this momentum in the second half.
And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. That's going to wrap it up here in the first half. Stay tuned. Second half not too far away. The Nittany Lions will boot it away to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Barney. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
They came out humming on this drive, and now it's first down from the 36.
Football 7.
Back to throw, it's Raiola. He's got the tight end. He'll get it out to the 43-yard line. That's where they mark him out of bounds, and this offense is starting to do a little work.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Caught close to the marker, it's Hunter. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
This is a design run. Can't get him to the ground. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
Fires to the tight end. Turning it on. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
From the gun to give, looking for room. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The give out of the gun. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And now a big 3rd down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one, Palmer, I'm looking for 6. I'm not trying to kick a field goal. I want to cut into this lead with a touchdown.
No, you got to have it. And also, considering all of that, this is 4-down territory, too. So you need to identify who are your best players on offense and how can you give them a chance to score this touchdown.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
Great job by the defense that time, bowing up. You're on your own goal line, so you've got to be great against the run, and they forced that ball to go to the outside, use their speed to bring the ball carrier down.
Got nothing last time, now 2nd and goal from the 3. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Using his feet. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the 3rd quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. Gives it on the option. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And decision time coming for this offense. How about the defense? They've hung in there, Palmer, made him earn it all the way down. Now, are you going to go for it on 4th down?
Yeah, you know, after running so many plays offensively on the drive, I know it'd be disappointing to only walk away with a field goal, but you'd feel even worse if you went for a touchdown and didn't get it. I think you kick it right here.
To the air, it's Raiola. Here comes the heat. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! And the comeback is on.
it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. Pulls it in. It's Pena. Still running at the 40. Oh, what a cut. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
That kind of play will send a surge of energy through your offense. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 40.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. They'll go right back to it. He had to fight for a couple down to the 33.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big 3rd down. Their pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there, but on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls in.
That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
He'll bring it out. It's Barney. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. They'll leave it with him. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll send the back in motion. Back to throw, it's Raiola. Fires to the middle. Complete downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he explosive play for the first down.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's key. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick 6. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
To the air on 2nd down. Looking to the big tight end. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They go to the draw. And some room to work. And he was able to push forward for a solid gain as the clock strikes 0 here in the 3rd. We've reached the break, and Penn State is on top. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. From the gun, the ground game. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
The Huskers have it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll give it to Johnson. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Power football with the run. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long.
Charcoal, charcoal, charcoal.
Scanning the field, it's Raiola. Using his feet to buy time. He is denied. Cannot get to the first down marker, and it's 4th down coming. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Lines him out of the backfield. Touchdown, Husker! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway. Well, we wondered exactly where the momentum was, and it looks as if Uncle Mo might have switched sidelines and switched families.
And momentum is such a big thing. It's such a real part of college football, isn't it? You can just feel that right now. It just felt a few minutes ago like this game was over, and all of a sudden, this team, they're believing in themselves. They've got some wind. They've got some hope. Their defense now needs to get the football back. keep that momentum going.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important. Wide open, he makes the catch. Running wide open down the gut of the field. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
And how about that? His second receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense. Number 3 is coming soon.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Barney. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So Reese with that drive.
Time to take a shot. Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. He'll try to take it back.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. Fourth quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
And now the offense will come onto the field again. To the air. It's Aller. And wings it incomplete.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling your rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. Haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
Quarterback making adjustments. Nice move there. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Penn State!
And the running back gets his second rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
And the extra point is good. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. Fielded in the end zone. It's Parker. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
It's first down from back at their own 24-yard line. To the ground, he's got it again. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Huskers in a good spot here with second and short. They'll run play action. Might be looking to run. And he throws another interception, his third of the night.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's pass, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Yeah, you got to be impressed with this offense, man. Fourth quarter, they've been money. Great job putting drives together. Nice play there as well, but this offense has saved their best for the last part of this football game when they needed it the most.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. They'll try the run. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
The give is to Smith. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
He'll just throw it away, and it'll be fourth down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. He'll swing that big leg for 3 from 44 yards out. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Ready to go back to work on offense. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row now. They've got to find a rhythm.
CEO, a.k.a. don't screw it up, young man. That's what it sounds like on the sidelines with the coaches. We got to stop turning the football over.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll give it to the back. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They'll need to convert this third down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of third and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off and they pick it up.
Yeah, and you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the first down.
And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. They'll send the tight end in motion. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
A huge game. Probably would have loved to say this earlier in the game. Probably would have loved to have some of these runs and have a little bit more success running the football earlier. Now, I might think about maybe cranking the tempo and probably, if I'm going to need these runs, I'm going to need to go ahead and score on these runs, or I'm going to need to start chucking the football.
The Cornhuskers will line it up on 1st and 10.
Military stun! Military stun!
Hand off from the shotgun. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good game plan offensively and defensively coming into this one, David. There were some matchups on the field they thought they could exploit. We saw that happen here.
No doubt. Good job by this coaching staff, understanding who's out there to make plays, feeding them the football, offense, defense, special teams, all working together to get it done.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.